Hey, what's up, guys? Today I will be telling you about the crazy lady or crazy girl that went to the same school with me for like 6 or 7 years now, I guess. So pretty much what happened is we were in pre-K or kindergarten, I can't remember, I'm pretty sure it was pre-K, and she had this friend. We'll call the lady Julie, and we'll call her friend Jeanette. So Julie and Jeanette were really, really good friends. And I was dating Julie at the time, but we were in like pre-K, so we didn't really matter. She was 4, I was 5. We didn't really even know what it meant. And pretty much, we were just chilling. And I said I love you, didn't even know what it meant, I don't think. And then I broke up with her a little bit later. We were only dating for like 3 days, the first 3 days-ish. And so anyways, she was really sad after that. I felt bad, but like also I didn't, because like I like this other girl. But that's when she started to get a little crazy. So anyways, it's like the next year, it's first grade now, or kindergarten or first grade. And in kindergarten I had this best friend. We'll call him Bobby. So you got Julie, Jeanette, and Bobby. So Bobby and me were really good friends, and even my teacher said that we were probably the best pair of friends that she's seen throughout her whole teaching career. And my parents were really happy about that. They were like, congratulations. But Julie was jealous because Julie and Jeanette weren't friends anymore. So they were really, really mad about that. Or she was, even though we weren't even in the same class. She was in a completely different, she was in a different class, which made no sense that she was mad about that. But anyways, so later she's like, hey, I'm sorry, do you want to date me again? I promise I'll be better. And I said, no, I like someone else. And she got really heated about that. And I kind of felt bad then. But I was like, oh, okay, I'm sorry, but, like, I don't really like you like that right now. She was like, okay, and then she started dating this boy. We're not going to even say his name, because I'm already getting confused with the names. You got Julie, Gillette, you got Julie, something else, Julie's best friend, and then you got Bobby. And so anyways, it was a little bit later, she's like, hey, do you want to date now? I heard that that girl, you don't like her anymore. And I'm like, no, just because I don't like someone doesn't mean I still want to date you. And she was really mad about that, but yeah, you'll see what happens. That's where it all really started. Okay, so anyways, Julie and Jeanette, I remembered, Julie's friend now. So her and Jeanette weren't friends anymore, which obviously made her jealous of me and Bobby. And so she was still out to get me, even though I rejected her twice. She still wanted me. I didn't know why, and I was getting scared at this point. So fast forward to the next year, and she's still at it. And at this point, we're still in different classes, and Bobby isn't in my class anymore. We weren't even friends. I had a new friend, and during that, it was the election with Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton, and we were all talking about how Donald Trump is gonna make World War III. No hate on Donald Trump, by the way. Even though Joe Biden's president, no hate on him at all, because he's clearly a very wealthy man. He's very well known. Some people don't respect him, but he was a president, so I will. But so, anyways, we were having this debate, and there's this one guy, and I will not disclose his name, but we're just gonna call him Jeff. So Jeff was a crazy kid in our class. He was absolutely insane. Like, I think he had some sort of health issues. Like he was picking his nose in class, and like he wouldn't stop. And he stood on a table and like yelled at our principal, and he had to eventually move classes. Like, he was just crazy. And so we thought he was funny, And this one kid, completely different kid, not Jeff or Bobby. We'll call him, I don't know what to call him yet, because I'm still thinking about it. We'll call him Ryan. So Ryan was talking one day in class, and we heard him say sex, and our teacher's like, there's this tattletale. We'll call her, Jill. So Jill was a big tattletale. Like, she would rage if anybody did anything wrong, which made us all very mad. And she was, she tattletaled on Ryan because Ryan said sex in class. And she was like, do you mean, like, the gender? And we were like, what? That also means gender? We were so, like, that was, like, my first major life lesson. When someone says sex, don't always assume sex. You can also assume gender. And so, like, now I remember that always. And so, anyways, getting back to the story with Julie and Jeanette. So Jeanette and Julie were now friends again. And now me and Jeanette are really good friends. And I still talk to Julie sometimes, but not really as much. So, anyways, Julie is still trying to get me, and it's honestly getting creepy at this point. Like, I feel like she's scarier than a bear in the wild with a child. Like, honestly, she's scary. Like, she should go back to the piranhas. Like, she is a piranha now, and it's honestly starting to scare me. Like, now that I think back of it, because I haven't thought about these moments in years since I made this video. And so, anyways, Julie was more calm now, so I was like, alright, I'll give her a chance. So I was like, yeah, I'll date you, but you gotta promise to stop hitting me up so much. Like, we didn't have phones then. She was just, like, trying to talk to me so much, and she kept bragging to all her friends that we were dating, even though we weren't. Like, that's the lengths that she will go to try to get popular. And so she was still continuing to do it after we were dating, which I hope she would stop. And she didn't, which I was really mad about. But I just stopped caring at some point. And then we broke up again because she wouldn't stop, and it was annoying me so much. And so finally I was like, okay, you need to stop now. Like, it's getting too extreme. We're not even dating anymore. And so then we stopped being friends for like half of second grade. And then we started being friends a little bit more. And then she was like, so do you want to date again? We can give it another try. I'm like, do you promise not to be so crazy about it? I didn't actually say that. I was like, okay, but will you stop, like, bragging to all your friends that you're dating someone? And she was like, yeah, I'll do it. And I was like, thank you, Julie. She was like, yeah, no problem. And so, anyways, she didn't stop. She kept bragging to all her friends, and I was being bullied through kindergarten to literally third grade on my birthday. Even after that, I was being bullied. But in second grade, I had this really cool teacher. He was so nice, and he taught me so many things. He helped me get super good at math, and he's still probably one of my favorite teachers to this day. But he was a big Green Bay Packers fan, which, I mean, no hate on them, but I like the Dallas Cowboys. And so he would always pick on me about that, which I didn't really care because we would like bicker back and forth about it. But I always got along with all my teachers. I don't know why. They just always thought I was like a good kid. Like, I would be funny, but I'd still get all my work done. And so me and Julie still weren't in the same class, and Jeanette and her sister weren't, her twin, they weren't even there anymore. They left in like 2nd grade or 1st grade. I can't even remember. But so yeah, anyways, it's the middle of 2nd grade. She's like, hey, do you want to date again? And I'm like, no, I don't. Because every single time we date, we break up in like a month. Not even. Like 2 weeks. And so then she was really upset about it. I felt bad, but I really didn't. I like acted like it, so then shouldn't see I'm a heartless monster. Because that, and then she'd go like tattletale on to a teacher. And so then I was like, no, I'm so sorry, Julie. Even though I wasn't sorry. I didn't care at all. And so she was like, oh, that's fine, I guess. And she was just being a big baby after that. So I was pretty mad, but I couldn't really care less after that. And she was just being like toxic sometimes. She was like so toxic to me. She would make rumors about me and spread them. And at this point, she was becoming one of my bullies, which I really did not like because I hate bullies. Bullies are the worst. I'd never want to be a bully ever in my life. And so then now we hit 3rd grade. I had like the coolest teacher I think I've ever had. I will not say her name once again, but we still talk. I email her sometimes still. And she's always like, she was so fun. She taught literally every subject, just like all my teachers before 4th grade. And just because that was the school and how we did it. And so I was like, hey, teacher. And me and Julie were still not in the same class. I was so happy about it. But I made some new friends. And they were really nice. And they were just fun overall. And so there was this one kid in my class. I will call him James. And he was so weird but so funny at the same time. We were reading about Harriet Tubman and in that quarter, and we were like, the teacher was like, okay, so this part, Harriet Tubman had a barrel fall on her, and the James was like, oh my god, how funny would it be if she died? Or it wasn't a barrel, maybe it was a brick. And the teacher gave him like a full 20-minute lecture while we're all just cracking up in the background. It was so funny. But so Julie was still out to get me at this time, and it's like my birthday, because my birthday is like right in the beginning of September. And Julie's still like trying to get me. I think I had a phone at this point. I had like the iPhone 6. So, but I wasn't able to really call anybody or text. So I would just like play games on there. And somehow she figured out like how to contact me on there via email. I don't even know how she got my email. It's not even my school one. And so she was just like kind of crazy. Which I didn't like. And so after that, I was like, what are you doing? Like, how did you get my email? She's like, oh, well, I talked to a few people, and I kind of stalked it. I'm like, what? Okay, Julie, this needs to stop. This is getting way out of hand. And she's like, okay, I'm sorry, I'll leave. I'm like, yes, you better stop. And so that was the end of her for the rest of 3rd grade. Come 4th grade, it's literally the middle of summer, or it was when COVID hit. So like, it was like May, I think. And I keep getting spam called by some random number in like somewhere in a different part of Wisconsin. And I'm like, hello? And they're like, blah, blah, blah. And they keep start swearing at me. So I'm like, hey, yo, Mom, come over here. Come beat these kids through the phone with your belt. I mean, she didn't actually do that, but it would have been pretty funny. She's like, okay, honey. And, not actually. But so anyways, she started calling them, and we realized that it was someone that we knew, and they were like, hey, why are you hitting Julie and punching her and slapping her and stuff? Because there was this dude, we'll call him SpongeBob for now, because he's just that, like, dumb. Like, he's just as dumb as SpongeBob if he took a bunch of cocaine pills and then ate, like, 670 edibles. He was just that weird. And then he got mixed with, like, Squidward's sass. And so we were like, I was like, what are you talking about? It's literally the middle of COVID. How could I do that? I'm not even allowed to go anywhere. He's like, you know how you did that. Why would you hit her? So I just hang up, and I started to not talk to them. And then I get my mom involved, and I'm like, Mom, it's Julie's boyfriend, SpongeBob McGee over here, looking like a square little chicken nugget out here with his Teletubbies costume, even though he's a SpongeBob. And she's like, okay, well, I'll contact her mom. So she calls, and then they call, and they're like, and the mom hears everything. Julie's mom hears everything. She hears from this SpongeBob Teletubby kid, and I'm just like, done with it. And then Julie gets in big trouble, even though she said that she had nothing to do with it. I know that Julie had something to do with it, because I literally heard her. She literally said to her, because I muted myself, I heard her say, here, he's not answering. Try calling him again, because I just put myself on mute. And I told my mom this later. But, so, anyways, so after that, she didn't get in trouble, which I was really mad about, because she should have. And apparently, SpongeBob Teletubby over here, he was freaking some near Julie's grandma's place. It was apparently Julie's boyfriend, which I'm surprised she has one, or she had one. And they weren't allowed to, like, go see Julie anymore when she went up to her grandma's. And so yeah, that was the end of SpongeBob Teletubby over there. But that's not where the Julie story had ended. She ended up, it was the end of 4th grade. I was excited for 5th grade. Then I get an email on who's in my class and who's my teacher. It was this new teacher. She is fun. She's really fun. But I feel like she had it out to get me. I'll post a video on that tomorrow. But I swear she was out to get me. And so, anyways, we were just chilling. And the teacher was so cool sometimes. But my mom gets an email. She's like, Jacob, I'm sorry. You're in a class with Julie. And her old friend, Jeanette. I'm like, no. Like, Jeanette's fine. But Julie? But I realized I had some people from my old class, like, we had Bob. We had Lake. Those people were pretty cool. I also had some old friends that are friends of my friends, and I was pretty happy about that. I made a new friend. We'll call her Debbie. So me and Debbie became best friends. We're still best friends. We're going to see the new Dear Evan Hansen movie when it comes out in September. But anyways, not to get sidetracked, we all were friends. But we started dating again, me and Julie, because I was like, alright, it's been like 2 years, I'll give her one more shot. And I was really happy about that. That she wasn't, like, being super crazy. And then she starts going around and telling everybody that we're dating. And I'm like, no, I wanted to keep this private. And I was really mad at her then. And now, she's just even crazier. She started dating, or she thinks she's dating my best friend. We'll name him Jordan. She thinks she's dating Jordan. And I'm really mad about that. That she thinks that she's dating Jordan. Even though she's not. And literally that's her backup option. Like, Jordan Julie is Jordan's backup option because he likes a different girl, but he doesn't want to be hurtful. And anyways, like, yeah. So that's the end of Julie so far. But she probably will have a lot more stories, so yeah. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you did like it, make sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that little bell. You can hear ding, and anyways, I'll see you guys in the future. Peace out.